Hello, friends. We are back for another set of captain interviews. So today, I believe this is going to be the third set of interviews uploaded to the channel. Once again, if you guys still don't know what's going on, my server PMPL is hosting a team tour. And as far as team tours go, there are captains that draft players. I'm not going to go into too much detail about like how the team tour stuff works. If you guys are interested in learning more about it, or you just want to spectate, I'll leave a link to the Discord in the description of this video. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and see who we have coming in today. Today we have the Banana Farm Feminists. They are going to be captained by. You guys can go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hello, I'm Chris. Oh,
And
hello, I'm Chris.
and I am the women respecter. So
We love the
great to
women
be here,
respecter. We love the women respecter.
and we love
Those
women.
That's
women.
right. That's right.
Exactly.
That's why we're here. We're here for feminism.
So women respecter is a big feminist, and Chris plays a lot of Balloons Tower Defense. So that's how you guys got the name the Banana Farm Feminists, I'm assuming.
Let me pull up my BTD 6 hours. I think it's like 4,300 on Steam.
Yeah, that's kind of insane.
Unfortunately, you
Yeah,
can't beat my lifelong feminist hours.
Yeah, you cannot.
true. I mean, I'm
Ever
putting in a
since the
good shift
womb,
though.
ever since the womb, we've been respecting women out here.
That's for sure.
All
Because
right,
there's so much
so
work to be
if
done.
y'all are ready, we can go ahead and get into these questions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit
let's
us
go
with it.
for it.
All right, so question number one, pretty simple. How did you get into draft?
Um, I don't know, Pokemon fan. I hopped on the in-game ladder for Sword and Shield in, what would that be, 2019. And I was just kind of being a little shitter, running bad Pokemon and losing a lot.
Mm,
And then eventually I said, this is horrible. I'm gonna not do this anymore. But eventually, some friends of mine that I met through Pokemon, they were like, hey, there's this different format you can play called Draft. So I kind of just became a shitter on there instead.
mm.
And eventually I got better.
What was your first draft league? Do you remember?
It's been nuked now, because this was probably a good 5 years ago. But it was called SDL. I don't really remember what I had, but I don't think I did horribly. Actually, no, that's wrong. I had initially joined a member here, Banana Bandits draft league.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just sort of like playing with friends. And that's how I sort of started to pick it up.
Okay. What about you, women respecter?
I'm going to be aging myself a little bit here, but I've been a Pokemon fan ever since Red and Blue came out in like what, 1996?
6, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like 2 years old. And I've been playing Pokemon ever since.
Awesome.
Uh, and it was like 2018 or 2019. Um, my best friend and I decided to run. Well, he decided to run. I decided to play in a league with just some friends, and I got freaking ruined. Absolutely just fucking mollywopped, and but I loved it. I had a great time. But unfortunately, trying to get like a bunch of buds together to run like an in-house league
Right.
is hard, and so I didn't play draft again until I found PMPL. And my first like actual draft league was what your guys's season 3, I think it was.
Maybe season 3.
That was
Yeah.
with the evil teams, I believe, like Magma Division.
Yeah.
It was Gratina and
Season 4 then.
oh, season 4.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
season 4.
Uh,
It was season 4. And I think I've played in every single PMPL season since then. I've also
Yep.
played in RPD, Rising Phoenix Draft League,
Mm-hmm.
Raru's National Park. I've played some VGC there. Um, did Musard's team tour, Scott.
That's right.
So been around a little bit, not nearly as much as some folks, but I fiend for it a little. I love some Mons.
That's right.
Happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you. All
Yeah.
right. Question number 2. What are some of your favorite games outside of Pokemon?
Well, I feel like I've already mentioned them. Obviously, I got balloons here. Um, Funny enough, I don't really blame any games. I kind of just like sit around
Mm-hmm.
being you know, as I like to
Well,
keep saying,
you can
being a
even
little
you can even
shitter.
talk about like all time games, not just currently.
I mean, big Mario fan. Uh, what else do I play? I mean, I play games like for a couple weeks and then I get bored. But I've put in a good shift playing Minecraft and Roblox,
Minecraft and
I
Roblox,
suppose.
the bread and
It's kind
butter.
of that's kind of it for like yeah, for the kind of games that I've played like consistently throughout my life. It's kind of just those like Pokemon, Mario,
Fair enough.
and then those three.
That's a good rotation.
Yeah.
What about you, WmnRspctr?
Well, I am a pretty big RPG fan.
Okay.
Um, and trying to narrow down anything to like a top list
Mm-hmm.
would be pretty hard. So I'll just go with the GOAT game from my childhood, which is DK64.
That's a good game.
Eek.
Yeah. Uh, got to shout it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's a great game. It's a respectable answer if I were to ask somebody what their favorite game was. No
Yeah.
shame in it.
I should also add I've played a fuck ton of Rocket League and Fortnite.
Oh
I
gosh.
probably shouldn't have forgotten those.
Yeah,
But I don't know that they've been left in the dust
yeah,
for a good couple years
that's
now.
true.
Yeah. I mean, I'll play pretty much anything. So, you know,
Yeah,
not really super picky about it.
All right, let's keep moving.
whatever the homies tell you to hop on.
Question number 3. What is your favorite draft league memory?
Oh,
It can be something that happened in
yeah.
battle. It could be something that just happened like in a Discord server, scheduling, post game, anything.
I'm I'm trying to think. I've had some silly moments in my time playing draft. Um, I wouldn't say one particular moment, but one sort of league, you could say, in particular called Civ.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Horrible place, I gotta say. I don't know if anybody who's familiar with Civ, like outside of the team that I played with,
Yeah.
will be hearing this, but it's basically just draft if you took away all the formalities and just let it be anarchy in a sense.
Okay.
It's like a monotype draft. So, you have like sort of like Dragon Clan, that's what I ran most recently. People are just like horrifically toxic there,
Mm-hmm.
but it makes for some funny moments. So I'd go with that. It's not one,
Okay.
one particular moment,
Just
but
the thing, just everything as a whole with it.
yeah, you'll hop into chat and you'll just see people like clowning on each other, and it's a pretty fun time, even if it's in the all the same, just horrible.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Similar to Chris, it's not one particular moment, but for those that do know me, they know that I'm a bit of a specimen, a bit of a freak of nature. Any time I can find some excuse to just run some hot dog ass shit,
Mm-hmm.
people will give me your heat sets upon request. I do heat sets on demand. Like, I'm in it to bring the weird stuff, running like banded mono explosion vanillux just to like make sure you get your weather set and like into
Right.
tempo. Um
Oh yeah.
running like special shell smash Torterra with like stuff in VGC. I know I ran some really weird like chlorophyll. What's it called? Oh, what's the Montangla evolution? Tangrowth.
Tangrowth.
Um, just weird stuff, you know. It all comes from a place, and probably the peak moment is not something I myself ran,
Mm-hmm.
but in back in that very first league, a friend of mine was in a matchup where Magnezone was a real issue, and like their win con was Shell Smash Cloister, and just finding out that like after a Shell Smash, running like Mud Slap to kill the like analytic um Magnezone
Oh, that's
like
fire.
got him through. And that's how I fell in love with heat sets.
Yeah,
Uh and I've been hooked ever since.
that's fire. I love that.
Yeah,
All
we're gonna
right.
get some hot garbage running this
Yeah.
league.
All right. Question number 4. What experience do you have with team tours?
I mean a decent bit. I've dabbled in them here and there. Not sort of my main format, but I've played the team tour here. We had the summer showdown, and then we had the just actual like team tour here. I played in a couple others. As I said, Civ, I suppose technically counts as one.
You were in Civ. You were in
Uh,
NPPA. You played in
yeah,
PGP.
and then I'm trying to think what else we had. Although it's Step into Madness. Usually in team tours, it's either it goes all right, or everybody is performing horribly, and we're just fighting not for last place.
Yep,
So,
I remember that.
and anybody that gets drafted by us, you better lock in, or we're fighting for seventh. And we're just we're playing for vibes, running some stupid stuff, but hopefully all goes well.
Uh yeah, no, it'll go fantastic because they'll never see what we're cooking. I've only ever played in two. I played in the first PMPL team tour, and I played in Scott. The uh God, I don't even remember what his server's called.
NPPA.
NPPPA, yeah. And yeah, so I'm looking to expand my team tour horizons a little. I have captained before, my very first time playing in one. I actually captained. Don't look at the record; it's not important. Uh, but I've learned a lot, and I really, I really think it'll go well. And we definitely won't be fighting for seventh, and we definitely won't be playing for vibes, because like
Trust.
Chris said, we're gonna lock in.
That's right.
Exactly.
We're gonna
You
lock
you
in,
got
and
me
we're
on
gonna
the
respect
team.
women, and we're gonna play BTD6, and we're gonna get
Amen.
into some funky business.
Amen. All right. Question number 5. Um, what are some of your drafting strategies when it comes to the auction? You don't have to name any specific players, but I mean, do you guys know like what formats you're going to be playing, so you know what kind of people you're going to be going after?
I mean, I'll probably cover Ubers myself. I'm quite a big fan of Ubers. When it comes to drafting, basically just look at the format, say this one, no, like nobody's gonna know how to play. So for example, here, like VGC, you're gonna need a VGC specialist. So
Mm-hmm.
usually you try to lock down and prioritize those when player drafting. Then when it comes to mon drafting, usually I'm kind of ass. Although I've been doing a decent job recently, just actually drafting solid teams. So I should be able to help out and make some solid squads for each format. Uh, when it comes to like drafting agile monster teams, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people like to look at the prep doc and sort of follow it religiously, which I think is a really bad idea
Agreed.
because so you sort of like strong arm yourself into drafting mons that, while on paper sort of fit your team, you'll find that they're more just like they look nice, like
Yeah.
for the colors on the type matchup and nothing else.
Yep.
So my advice is always just to use it as like a guide, or not even a guide,
Just a resource.
like a suggestion in
Yeah,
a sense,
that makes sense.
but not like you know, you don't have to follow it to a T. Otherwise, you're just gonna have an ass team, and you're gonna wonder why it's not working well because on paper it looks like you should be doing well.
Yeah. Pretty similar to what Chris said. I think the best thing you can do as a applicant is be very clear about your strengths because you're going to be drafted on your strengths. And it's better than just putting like, oh, I'll play any format and then you get drafted and then you can get stuck on something you don't play. I've seen it uh, both times I've been in a team tour.
Yeah.
And then it gets awkward. So just be very clear about what you do and what you do well. And I think that's the most important thing. And as for mon drafting, you know, something I do is I really look for good duos. Things that give your setups some small synergies.
Mm-hmm.
I love like getting like a slow king and a titan, like get
Right.
like a slush rush
Oh,
hail combo. You don't need to go all in on like a team style or something.
Mm-hmm.
You just want to cause headaches for people in prep, getting like Sunsetter and Venusaur for something, or like a Terrain and Unburden. Just these little things.
Right.
As for what I'll be playing, like I said, I'll try anything once. But given my history, I'll probably end up as PDEX bitch or in VGC. But I'd love to maybe get into like some XLT or something. We'll have to. I'll have to talk it out with Chris and
Yep.
find out for sure. And it kind of depends on how noms end up going.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
sure.
if you guys draft enough players to where you don't have to worry about playing PDX, then you can slot yourself in low tier.
Yeah,
And we can have fun.
that's the thing is you're always like, oh yeah, no, like I'll play this, and then nobody ends up wanting to
Yeah.
play PDEX. Wonder why.
All right. Question number 6. What should players who get drafted to your team expect?
I mean, we've spoken it a little bit here. One thing I always love in team tours is just seeing what is the theoretical worst set that can work, and then always trying to convince people that yes, you should be running, like itemless on this hot like random Pokemon just because of a niche scenario where they like might have Poltergeist. Like if I have a quick look at my oh wait, no, what I forgot. I got a new computer and I have no teams,
Uh-oh.
so never mind. Actually, no, I got this horrible paste here with a Morangaberry Regirock with block, curse, rest, and rollout
Okay.
because it theoretically could have just won the game on the spot. It did not. I got wiped. But it's stuff like that, right? You see a set that nobody could possibly conceive, and you think this could work. We might as well bring it. And you just have to not be scared to bring it, and that's what I'm hoping for our players is just to be willing to try creative stuff. Uh, have good vibes on the team as well. Like we're not going for a perfect record. Sure, I'd love to win, and I think we have a decent chance to. Uh, but my main priority is just to have a good time and sort of test our limits as players, see what we can learn.
Right.
Yeah. Really just echoing what Chris said. We're out here limit testing. Uh, I want your dog shit. I want your horse shit. I want your bat shit. I want everything crazy. Bring it and ship it. I'm not here to run standard stuff. And maybe this is a little bit outside the wheelhouse of the question, but I guess what I'm looking for in people is like good attitudes.
Okay.
I think that's one of the most important things you can have in draft league and especially in team tour.
Yes.
Uh, everyone has good battles, everyone has bad battles. Sometimes you just get hacked out of your mind and you'll lose. And I think the best thing you can do is come back and say, okay, what can I cook up for next week?
Mm-hmm. That's good. I like that. All right. Question number 7. Do you guys have a number one enemy or rival duo going into this?
Sorry, I'll let
That's a
Chris
great
go.
question. I need to look at it.
Okay,
Who's
so
actually captaining
you
this?
got Brett and
Can't
Emperor
lie.
Ari. You got me and Spades. You have Log Ice and Steering, Saki Dude and Zero, Frog Duck and Cavern, Adam U and Rao, and then you have Big Pharma and Johnny.
Okay, so there's like three people there that I have a history with, or like three duos.
Mm-hmm.
I just want Johnny to lose. No particular reason. I think it would just be funny to see him at the bottom. Um, Logai specifically, no hate to him, but actually hate to one of the former owners, Miso, because in a the last team tour, he was like, "Hey, by the way, I promised Logan we're gonna draft him, and then we throw like 40K on him just for him to play a couple weeks and say, actually, I don't want to play anymore." So
Fair enough.
that was sort of piss.
So you
And
got
then
some unspoken beef there.
yeah, I mean, no hate to him, more hate to Miso, but and just the whole situation. I would have liked to have been clued up into that. And
Yeah.
then Frog Duck, just because I think he's beat me out in finals a couple times,
Ooh.
and that
Okay.
needs to stop happening. So, you know, no like deep rooted like hate, but just like a little bit of history, you could say,
Okay.
with people.
All I gotta say is Johnny and I are in a love-hate relationship,
Mm.
and we got beef to settle.
All
I
right.
hope
Well,
it's week one.
I'll see what I can do about rigging that schedule for week 1.
Yeah, rig that. Johnny and I gotta meet on the field of battle.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. So last basic question. Aside from yourselves, who will draft the best player roster?
Oh, oh, hmm. Okay, I need to look at the damn captains. Am I like stupid? Oh, actually, I can just do it like this. I mean, it might be like you in spades. You have a good knowledge of everybody in the server. Funnily enough, owning the server helps do that.
Yeah, I do have a little bit of an advantage.
Actually, yeah, no, it'll definitely be you guys that end up with the bigger or like the
Mm,
best roster.
I'm confident.
Yeah. I do kind of have to give the server owner props. You are like everywhere, Trey. So I
That's true.
like you know people. I'm gonna give it to Logan, Log Ice, and whoever his partner
That's a
is.
fair
I
one.
forget.
Steering.
Steering. Yeah.
They're
Uh
both also in a lot of places, so that's a fair one too. And I think aside from probably specifically just Brett, I think Steering and Logan probably have the most team tour experience. So that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
I see Logan everywhere.
Yeah.
So I kinda expect them to draft well.
Okay.
Of course, you guys are second and third to us. Of course, we're
Of
gonna do
course.
great.
Of course.
Mm.
All right. So now I got some quick personalized questions for you. First question: what made you guys want to captain together?
I mean, to be fair, I was just looking for a partner. Woman was supposed to hit me up. I'm like, I've spoke to you a good bit throughout the server. I fuck with you heavy, so I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this will be a good bit of fun. Obviously, my old team tour partner has decided to like
He's
live a
hung it
happy
up.
life and
Yep.
retire from Mons. Yeah, but I mean, as I said, seeing you about the server, we've had some funny little moments here and there, and I thought
Okay.
we'll have some good chemistry. I figured.
Yeah. Retired old man specifically asked me to look after Chris and continue his education in feminism, and so I thought, hey, like yeah, like Chris said, we've kind of been about PMPL for God, like 2, 3 years, or well, no, probably like 2 years.
Yeah, I won't. Not not quite that long.
Chris,
Not quite that long.
it'll be well. Chris will have been here for 3 years in the fall.
This summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, however
No,
long I've
it'd
been
be
here.
about June or July.
Yeah. But we've had a lot of good interactions, and I fuck with a lot of the people here. So I was just kind of like, shit, I'll just I. In all actuality, Chris was just kind of like the first person I thought of.
Awesome.
I mean,
After
the
yeah,
pieces fell in place, right?
sure did.
All right.
Shout out Team Tortinder.
Question number 2. Um, both of you captained in PMPL Team Tour 1 and did not find good results. So what do you plan to do differently?
Win.
Yeah.
I ain't got much for you. I mean, be nice to do well,
I mean,
but
are there things that you looking back on in your first captaining in here that you are like, yeah, I need to do better about that, and that's why you were losing games?
I mean, they probably just better player draft. I mean, we need to allocate our points better into the formats that people aren't gonna know.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's sort of the main thing. Is just have people that are gonna show up and perform well.
Right.
But as I've harpened on during the whole interview, I'm not just like looking for people that will play their games and do well. I want to sort of have a cohesive team that's gonna mesh off each other well,
Mm-hmm.
and just have a fun time.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I think you can have the best player draft in the world, and sometimes people are just going to have off times,
Yeah.
or they're going to be in their throw era or washed or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
I think things specifically that I've learned, a big thing that I was in Storage Wars recently with Wild, and it's just, you need to trust yourself.
Mm-hmm.
When you load in with what you have, you need to just remember like your playmaking abilities that you're
Mm.
and the stuff you're kind of built to do. For Team Tours specifically, I think it's uh really kind of not being so lenient with people. Of course, I'm here for good vibes. I'm not here to be like a drill sergeant or anything. I think
Right.
what Chris said is really key uh finding a group that meshes well together. But I think, being maybe a little more heavy-handed and just kind of like
Yeah.
pushing some more mocks, really trying to get people together and say, hey, let's get like more than just the person doing the week involved in team building, and
Agreed.
really trying to push people to be involved and foster a good environment, and not just be like, okay, I'm here to do lineups, play my week, and be available, be more active, I think
Yeah.
is my plan.
Okay. Awesome. I like that answer. All right. Last question for you guys before we get into something fun. Um, what would you consider a successful season? Is anything other than a championship for this tour going to be a positive ending?
No, I mean we could finish 7th place, but if we have a fun time, like I'm fine with that. We won't be finishing 8th, uh, just because that ain't us. But if we can run some cool sets and just, even one win with like a horrible set is a win in my books. But if we can just like consistently, not even like consistently, right? We don't have to be pulling up to every match with some like hot garbage. But if we can do that and have it work, that's a win in my books.
Yeah. I think for me, um, I want people to come away with it and be like, "Man, I'm glad I was drafted by these fools." Like, I I I I want people to have a good time. I don't want people to dread coming to a team server each week. I think Chris and I can foster a really good environment. I think we
Sure.
uh, can bring out the best in people. Um, and of course, we want to win, and I really would like to be in playoffs at least. That's a personal goal, if not to win the whole thing. But again, it's far more about, I think, creating a good environment for people, expanding the community. I know, kind of boring answers, but I'm about that life a little bit.
Mm, no worries. All right. Well, I like those answers. All right. So last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna do the teammate quiz. Um, we've done it in all the other interviews, so anybody that's watching this, pretty straightforward. It's gonna be kind of like the newlywed game. I'm gonna ask one person a question. The other person has to try to guess what their co-captain answered. So who wants to do the answering and who wants to do the guessing?
Do you have a preference? Because I mean, I'm fine to do either way.
Ah, I probably really should have been thinking about this during the interview. I'll coin flip it, I guess.
Yeah, by all means.
Heads I'll answer and tails I'll guess, I guess.
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Heads, so I guess I'm answering.
Okay. So go ahead and pull up our DMs, and as soon as I ask the question, try to get that in as quick as possible, and we'll let Chris answer the questions.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
let me put my thinking cap on.
So question number one. What is so this is for Chris asking about WmnRspctr. So what is your co-captain's favorite draft league Pokemon?
Okay, and I'm answering this in your DMs.
Yes. So you're answering your favorite Pokemon.
In Draft League
Yes,
specifically.
draft league Pokemon.
Uh,
All right, Chris, I got the answer in.
Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say I got no idea. I, d- I haven't studied up your draft teams, but if I had to sort of think about it, what kind of Pokemon does a woman respecter like to use? I think you're bigger into the like sort of funny like WinCon Pokemon. So no, let me just like pull up a basic draft board.
Keep in mind we are on a bit of a time crunch.
That's okay. Listen,
I
don't
was supposed
rush
to
me.
only
Don't
give you
rush
10
me.
seconds.
Oh, that shit. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. You're a bastard. Let's go like Jirachi. You like hacking people.
No, you were actually kind of close when you said funny WinCon. What was your answer,
yeah.
WmnRspctr?
Titan, as I kind of mentioned earlier in
Oh,
the.
so Titan's
I like a funny belly drummer, or other like shit, like give me the band, give me the other stuff, put him in hail and let him fuck,
All right.
or
okay.
her.
You
We
give me like
respect
another
women.
5 minutes. I get there.
Question number
Yeah.
two.
Trying to rush me.
What is your co-captain's favorite draft format? All right, the answer's in.
Now, from what I know, uh, you're not really big into the other metagames, but I also have more faith than you being a PDEX supporter, so I'll go for Nandex.
Mm. What was your answer,
Uh,
WmnRspctr?
I put VGC, but I'm gonna disagree with my own
Oh
answer.
my gosh.
I've been wanting to play fusions for fucking ever,
Fair
and
enough.
just haven't
Here's
had a
my
chance to.
advice.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fusions is a big headache.
Yeah, and I'm here for it. That's where you find your funny little guys.
All right,
You know what? I
question number
respect that.
three. Did WmnRspctr win multiple solo draft championships in 2025?
I mean, I don't have to wait for it to answer, right? I
Yep,
can
I
just go
got the
ahead.
answer.
No, I'm sorry, with respect. I don't think you built like that.
No, I'm not built like that.
The answer was no, so that's a good answer. But WmnRspctr also just doesn't play in a lot of leagues, so there's not a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
That sort of helped if you're in
Question
the scene for a longer time.
question number 4. Does WmnRspctr think pineapple belongs on pizza?
Oh, come on, man. Come on. You got your answer?
Yep, I got the answer.
Now, the fact that you're specifically asking me makes me want to say yes, but I'm going to send to my principals and say no.
What was your answer,
I,
WmnRspctr?
I gave kind
Uh,
of a non-answer. I said if you're into that shit.
I would consider that
And
a
again,
yes because it's like
yeah,
you're not fighting against it. Therefore, like you're allowing it.
I'm a believer that like pretty much anything can go on pizza. So yeah,
That's unfortunate.
that's a yes.
All
It
right.
is unfortunate for me. I don't
Question.
personally believe in it, but I believe in pizza rights.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to
Question
count that
number
as a
5.
win.
This is a two-part question. If your co-captain was on a deserted island, so if WmnRspctr was on a deserted island, which celebrities would they choose to be on the island with? And I'm going to give you 2 groups. You're going to pick one from each group. Okay. Group 1:
Okay.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, Eminem, and Gordon Ramsay. Group number 2:
I'm getting.
Taylor
Wait, never mind.
Swift,
Go on.
Tim Sweeney, who is the CEO of Fortnite, and their high school principal.
I mean,
Okay. I'm gonna
um,
immediately go for
Well, hang
Gordon
on,
Ramsay.
hang on. I didn't even get my
Oh,
answers yet.
oh. There's more. There's
No,
more.
no. WmnRspctr didn't even answer yet.
Uh.
All right, go ahead. I got my answers.
Okay.
I'm done.
Well. Okay. Gordon Ramsay for sure.
Okay.
And then second group, I'm not feeling the Taylor Swift, and also who wants to be on a like deserted island with their high school principal? So we got to go for the big man Tim
Tim
Sweeney. He
Sweeney.
literally made Fortnite. I want to hear what he has to say.
What did you pick,
Chris,
WmnRspctr?
you missed the vibe check. One, you
I
always got to
did.
respect women. You got to pick up T Swift.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
And
think Taylor
second,
Swift is even like supporting women's rights.
look, we also support women's wrongs and women's rights.
All
You know
right.
what?
And who'd you pick for
You know,
Gordon
this is
Ramsay?
okay. This is why we're working on your feminism education. It's okay. And then you got to go for The Rock because he's going to get you off the island because of family.
That's
For
right.
family.
He's also Samoan. He's probably the best suited for the
He
island.
was in Moana, so he
Yeah.
knows how to like
Yeah.
make boats.
All right.
What can I say but you're welcome?
I should have thought about that
Question
one.
number 6. If a player you drafted for 40K started the season 0-3, how do you manage that player going forward? A. Keep playing them in hopes they turn it around. B. Give them a few weeks to rest and run without your best player. Or C. Drop them at mids.
Am I waiting for the
Yeah.
answer?
All right, I got my answer in.
Okay. Um, I'm a believer that WmnRspctr wouldn't like what's the word I'm looking for? Sort of be cold and heartless. So I'm gonna say, actually, hold on. Read me out the options again.
Keep playing them in hopes they turn it around. Give them a few weeks to rest and run without your best player, or drop them at mids.
I mean, I suppose I'll go for the first option. There should have been one where you talk to him and be like, "Yo, what's going on? Do you need like some time, or do you just want to like do something else?" But yeah, I'll go for the first option.
Okay. You guys got it
That's
right.
why Chris is my goat. Yeah. I went with the first option, but I agree there really should have been like an option D. Actually talk to the guy. Like,
Well, yeah, that,
you
that
know,
you can talk to them, but you still have to make a decision on whether you're going to play
yeah,
them.
you still have to make a decision. But you know, that's not the type of decision I would ever make without player input. I want to know like, do you want to stay in and like turn it around, or do you want a week or two off?
All
You know?
right, let's keep moving. Last
Yeah.
question. If you both did not get picked to captain, how much does WmnRspctr think Chris would go for in the auction?
Well, I
And
know
if you get it,
how
if you
much
get
I
it
would go
within
for.
2K, I'll give it to you. Min bids 5. Just for. Okay, I got my answer.
Now, for myself, I would have said 10 to 20.
Mm-hmm.
I think WmnRspctr is gonna glaze me a little bit and put me on the higher end. So I'll go for like a solid 17.
Oh wow. What'd you say, Winter Spectre?
I said 15K.
That means you guys got it right.
Take those.
That's good. That's pretty good. So you guys got 3 out of 8, which is honestly not that bad. You guys picked it up at the end by getting the last 2 questions, which is pretty good. So that's going to conclude it for the interview. I hope anybody watching enjoyed getting to know these goofballs. Do you guys have anything you want to say before we head out?
I mean, sort of closing thoughts are if you're in the server, you know what I'm about. You see me in the server, just saying, being a troll essentially. And, you know that will translate to the team tour. My only thing is, I hope that if we pick you up, you are not upset
Uh, yeah, I think for me it's
that you're with the silly team.
oh, did I just cut out there? Sorry if I interrupted.
You're good.
No, that's all good.
All right. Yeah, no, I'd say feel free to drop in the server. I'm always down to talk to people and figure shit out. If you get drafted by us, just bring a good attitude, and I think we can work with the rest.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys joining us, and I thank anybody that was able to sit through this and listen to it. But yeah, that'll be it for me, and I'll see you guys with the next captain interview. Peace.
Yeah, thank you for doing this.